Hi there, I'm Whitney Smith, and we are discussing the Ontario Security Guard Training Syllabus. We are looking specifically on the Ontario website, and we are going through the different sections to really help you understand if you're looking into becoming a security professional, what to expect out of the course. So, Section 9 is going to discuss effective communications. So, as we go through here, we're going to see the section overview. Security guards encounter a wide range of situations and are required to act professionally under all circumstances. So, your trainer is going to review the interpersonal and communication skills necessary to adapt to different environments and scenarios and to diffuse situations when required. The importance of using communication to one's advantage should be emphasized. So this one is going to be 4 hours. So it's a pretty lengthy one, but also very important. As a security guard, you're going to be communicating not only verbally with people, and the instructions need to be clear that you're doing so, but you're also going to be writing reports that people need to be able to understand easily. So your minimum requirements that things that are going to be discussed is the following oral and written communication skills: adjusting a communication style to accommodate an audience or situation, using verbal and nonverbal feedback, using effective and appropriate language in oral and written communication, writing legibly and clearly, example, minimal spelling, grammar, and typographical errors, effectively communicating main ideas orally and in writing, avoiding personal bias of an opinion when communicating, asking probing questions to obtain information, conveying oral information accurately, and writing accurate reports. So then you're going to explain communication, adjusting behavior and demeanor, example, in a passive or aggressive way based on the individual and situation. So how you deal with one person versus how you deal with another is going to depend on their attitude, their way of approaching you, right? So if they're, getting puffed up and mad, if you start doing the same, that's only going to escalate the situation more. So needing to really work on your skills and how you can communicate to diffuse situations instead of getting people upset. Then we're going to talk about interpersonal skills, discussing the following interpersonal skills: demonstrating sensitivity and empathy to others, example, different cultures, persons with disabilities, human rights issues, and mental health issues, establishing a rapport with a variety of people for the purpose of building trusting relationships, diffusing, avoiding, and managing difficult interpersonal relationships and or potential conflict, and being assertive yet professional when interacting with the public. So again, communication skills are super, super important. So then, of course, talking about communication skills, security guards must provide clear and concise information. Their position requires them to communicate with a wide array of individuals, both orally and in writing, and to obtain information from sources that may be unwilling. So we're going to address active listening and effective writing and note taking. And of course, you're going to go through lectures, role playing, and writing everything in your learning journal. Really work with that learning journal throughout the course. You want to be as much as possible writing in that. That's essentially, call it your diary, so to speak. So that's where you're going to put your thoughts, your ideas, the things that, in a situation, if it's being discussed, what you would do in that situation. So really, you want to be working with that as much as possible. Then, of course, we're going to talk about communication. Security guards need to utilize communication during the course of their assignments. They must maintain their composure and adjust their behavior to suit the individual and situation. So we're going to explain the principles of communication, both verbal and nonverbal, including posture, tone, assertiveness, spatial distance, eye contact, facial expressions, and de-escalation techniques with progressive intervention steps. So that's definitely going to be a big one. How you interact with people is definitely going to be key. If I talk to somebody like this and I'm really engaged like this and my hands are like, that's different than, I really hope you're having a good day and I'm sorry something's going on. There's a different way that you communicate. Your body language matters. So we're really going to go through the different skills that you're going to need in communicating with individuals. Then, of course, we're going to go through interpersonal skills. Security guards often interact with a variety of individuals during the course of your duties. Your conduct is vital to professional image of the security industry as a whole. That is so key. Not only are you representing yourself as a person, and you need to be representing yourself well, and you should always be, no matter if you're working or, doing something in your personal time, but your employer and, of course, the site that you're working on. You're a reflection of every one of those. So when you're on that site and you're walking around, you're just as good as the people, in terms of their staff that work there. And then, of course, the company that you work for is, their name is on your shirt. So the way that you act represents a lot of different people. So you need to make sure that you are acting accordingly. So we're going to describe proper conduct and deportment. how to adapt quickly to different situations, and how to perform duties in a culturally appropriate manner. Security guards should be able to scan for potential problems and act in a preventative way to avoid any escalation of events. Then, of course, there's going to be some role playing, and you're going to prepare a short report. So there you have it. There is a bit of a breakdown of the Ontario Security Guard training syllabus, Section 9, Effective Communications. Thanks for watching.